Hi, I'm Rhonda.
I'm Angie, and we are Adventures in Nomadness.
What's it like to live in Alaska in an off-grid cabin during the wintertime? Well, we're going to show you more about that, including going cross-country skiing and cooking on a wood stove. Well, we came home from our little excursion and we got bermed in. So Angie's having to dig the berm out of the way so we can drive down our access road.
We're not supposed to do this. This is kind of a pisser. Been pretty good about it not doing it this year.
This is how I put my back out.
Yeah, so stuff sets up really hard too.
Looks like we got about 6 inches of snow while we were gone. Yeah, this is the kind of thing that I gotta get the snow off of so the truck can go underneath.
What's the most important meal of the day? Coffee! We have 2 different methods of making our coffee. I like to have an espresso or a latte, and Rhonda likes just regular drip coffee. I'm making mine. I have a Bioletti. It actually pressurizes the water from below through the coffee grinds and then up. It's awesome. And then I've got this thing, I can't remember the name of it right now, but this actually heats up water and then I can steam milk right through here. So it really is like having a real latte without having any power at all. A lot of times I'll just heat up my milk in the microwave for my lattes, but especially if I have the generator going. But the steamed milk taste is just like having a real latte. It's just pretty awesome. One pro tip though, if you're coming up to Alaska, always check the expiration dates on well, pretty much everything. It seems like our local grocery store, you know, they just don't have the volume of people buying. And a lot of times I'll go look for our non-fat milk and it's like way expired, way out of date, not just a couple of days, but sometimes by a week or so. And so this time I had to get 1% milk, which is fine. I'll just make my latte taste even better. Of course, I have to have a different type of coffee for a completely different type of coffee setup. So this is not espresso coffee, this is just ground coffee. And I like 2 cups of coffee, so the collapsible pot is just big enough for that. The electric one that we have is also collapsible. Like we'll use 2. A lot of times our generator's not on, so I'm kind of in the habit of using this one on the stove. But you do have to be really careful about not
turning the heat up too high. And with the electric one, you don't have that worry because it has an automatic shut off. And but I can't fill both of these cups with that one. It will be a little bit short, so that's not that big a deal.
And Rhonda has to have her 2 full cups of coffee in the morning. I need Rhonda to have 2 full cups of coffee in the morning.
What I love about the pour over system is that there's not a lot of cleanup. You pull the filter out with the coffee and I just do a quick rinse dry and put this away and I'm done. So there's practically zero cleanup and takes up very little room. So besides just pouring the coffee, then I'm just going to add some creamer. And voila, or as one of our really good friends says, voila.
Okay, new way of cooking, heating things up. Bagels on top of the wood stove. Nice and toasty.
We've got to pull the gray water tank out. So this is really easy to remove, but a lot of times there'll be a little bit of water that comes out. Unfortunately, not this time. Go dump this in the house. I almost fell again.
It might be the end of the road there. Yep.
Life is not always pretty. Things don't always work.
Making a lot of noise out here.
Well, since I almost fell on my ass, I thought I should get some of this packed down snow, which is like within a couple days from walking in and out all the time. And then it gets slick. So it's pretty hard. And we got some mini ice that I can put down to get the rest of it, but at least the thick stuff is off of here.
Yeah, I guess because of nasty for sure.
So I almost slid right there. Anyways, our little emergency metal shovel works really well.
We use that for a lot of things.
And then we got a little of this, which I'm going to put right up here. Today, I'm going to be splitting some wood. We've got 3 types: spruce, cottonwood, and birch. We split this out of a log pile last summer so that it was drying in our wood pile. The birch is a slower burning wood, and we have a tendency to leave those in large pieces that we burn after we get the fire going. We start off with the spruce that we cut up into smaller pieces because it burns hotter, faster. And once we get the fire going, we'll start using cottonwood and birch. Now what we found is our cottonwood just doesn't like to burn very well, so we tend to cut that as well. So when I'm splitting out here, it's usually the spruce and the cottonwood, and the spruce I split into smaller pieces for fire starter. So that's what I'm going to do this morning because it's such a lovely, lovely sunny morning. So we're going to put that on a chopping block. This is round, birch round, and it's nice and hard. And just sit that up here. So now that I have this in smaller pieces, I will leave some about this size. I don't use a hatchet because what I find is the weight in the axe head works better for splitting than having to try to chop with a little hatchet. So you don't want to be chopping down at your hand. What I'm going to do is actually raise the wood up. Split it like that. And so I'll go across that way. And then I'll take these pieces and I will cut some of these into the smallest. So this is about as small a piece that we use for fire starter, along with some birch bark is usually perfect.
I'm making a lunchtime wrap, so I just have a tortilla, some turkey lunch meat, some Swiss, and some onions. And then I'm just gonna wrap it up. Wrap it in foil, and then stick this on the wood stove. And nice hot cooking surface. I hear it sizzling. It might be ready. Oh yeah, it's nice and crispy. Okay, I'm gonna do the other side now. Yum.
What else have you cooked on here?
Oh, I did baked potatoes last night. It took about an hour and a half, but that's okay. Got this really warm and wrapped them up in foil and cut them in half lengthwise so that they were a little flatter. And yeah, it was perfect because we weren't super hungry. So we had lots of patience, so we just did it that way, and then put some pizza sauce and some toppings on them, and then popped them in the microwave for about a minute, just to have those heated up. All right, I'm ready to eat. Toasty on that side. Oh, hot, hot, hot. Okay, there we go. Ouch, ouch. Oh yeah. This is a multi-use trail, concept, multi-use trail. Snow machine just came by and packed this down for me pretty nicely. It's kind of snowing, but it's pretty out here. Sun's out.
Cottonwood and birch. And why am I laughing? Because this is the 6th tank. Oh Lord.